Live chat. Okay. I guess I'm live. I'm going to wait until somebody shows up. Yeah. Going to be talking about the eclipse and its relationship to the end of the world, the apocalypse, the pop eclipse, zombie apocalypse, and Project Bluebeam, alien invasion, and what else? Just, you know, interesting different takes on it. Quite a few different takes on it. Some people say it's going to be a worldwide revival, or America's going to repent and have a great revival, and President Trump's going to lead us into the second coming, whatever. I don't know, whatever they think. The Q-tards. The Q, Project Q-beam. Not going to happen. Somebody did a guy cut a tree, batoned a tree down, little, not a 3-inch diameter tree down with this. It's a cold steel knife. Kudu light. Said it was $9. I got it for $7 and something on Amazon. A kudu is a very powerful antelope in Africa, South Africa. A lion attacked one time. The lion died. It was a sable, I guess. Same thing though. Anyway, be careful closing the dang thing. It's got no. It's not a lock blade. It's just a folding knife. That's all it is. But cheap, but good. If it's anything like the rest of Cold Steel's knives, you can abuse the hell out of it and it won't break. We'll find out, I guess, someday. Alright, so. Anybody on? No. One, hi. Anyway, whoever's on the Plain and Simple, hello there. You were on the, the other night, it did not record the comments, so I lost, whoever said to watch Wang's World, something like that. I don't know who it was, but I couldn't recoup any of that information, so I don't like that. I wish it would record the, comments. It used to do, live chat. I could pull it up and see the live chat. It would record it, and I could go back later and read everything, but such is not the case right now. At least last night it was. 2 nights ago it was not. I'm going to try to slow down and not slur my words and talk too fast. That's what happens when you had a couple strokes. So, sorry. Yeah, plain and simple. Now, you're not the one in Missouri. Are you in America, though? I'm going to... Now, if you go to the description, it should have everything that I posted there. I took the time to go through. I was given an email, a link to a video from BP Earthwatch, a guy named Jesse. That was very interesting video. Watch the link. Watch that video. The link is in the description. And then a friend sent me a link to a really long article, but phenomenal stuff about what if it's more than just an eclipse? I think it was the title of the article. That link is below in the description, and it has a lot of coincidences. I mean, the number of coincidences on this, and when I say coincidence, I mean as in not, as in what are the chances of all these things happening? With man, 0%. With God, 100%. So, there's 7 cities named Nineveh, and there's 17 cities in America called Egypt. I believe that's it, Egypt. Anyway, and the eclipse is like clustered around them. They're clustered around the path of the eclipse. I got my cord or something catching me out here. Hang on. I apologize. I am not. I'm probably gonna have to use my tablet, so I have it plugged in, and I'm gonna change that so I'm not hitting the cord. Hopefully I won't. My phone's charged up to 100%, so I'm good there. I'm trying to move this whole operation here. What is that? That is not necessary. Get rid of that whole thing. That's my phone charger, and I don't need it because the phone is charged up. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to run this thing, the behind my chair, maybe. I don't know. Maybe in front of the chair. I can do all this without knocking the phone over. I've got it. God. Come on. Oh, great. I unplugged it. Holy crap. Now what? 10-minute operation to plug that thing back in. That was not good. What's the tablet on now? %. I gotta come up with a different way to plug this in. Hang on, guys. Sorry. That plug's about dead. I think I can plug that one in though. I think I can hit that one without messing anything up. Oh yeah, right. Doggone it. That is, no, that's the wrong one. That's the phone. Go away. And never come back. Okay, plug this into here. No, come on. It's gotta work. All right. Got my jump box USB power source. All right, there we go. Webster County, hey, cool. Reek, hey. How you doing, Reek? I can't remember everybody where they're from and all, but I remember Reek. That's about all I remember is the name. I recognize it, so sorry. I don't remember your family, where you're from or nothing, but plain and simple is from Webster County. Cool. Yeah. All right. At least you're in Missouri. And Webster County, I think, is one of the good located counties. What's your nearest town or city of any size? I would guess it's over in the eastern part of the Ozark Plateau. I should have them all memorized. There are 60 counties in the Ozark Plateau. I know that because I started at Springfield and I went around, spiraled around. I did that because Marjorie Wildcraft, who is one of the most brilliant, visionary people in the world, did a DVD called Backyard Food Production. Later changed it to Grow Your Own Groceries. And with a CD of 60 or so books and pamphlets and documents, you know, PDF files of how to grow food, and 60 copies. She gave me 60 copies of that DVD, her DVD and CD set pair, and 60 copies of John Zeven's How to Grow More Vegetables. She gave those to the Ozark Plateau because she said the Ozark Plateau is the best prepared place on Earth to face what's coming, and so she wanted to help out. So she donated, like, this was like $100 a pop, you know, $6,000 worth of stuff. Gave them to me to distribute, so I did that. Going through my stuff, I actually found one final copy that I have. So anyway, hi Mary. Yeah, you caught me live. Seymour. Oh yeah, Amishville. Good Amish settlement there. Yeah, a friend of mine lived there for years. Lincoln Justice. You may have known him. And Rachel Talltrees was her kind of nickname. His wife Rachel. But they were a phenomenal couple. I'm telling you, they helped found the Well-Fed Neighbor Alliance. And he every meeting he would show up with a huge basket or platter of Jerusalem artichokes. He grew them somehow, and they're always clean, ready to eat. I mean, I don't know how he did it, but I kick myself now for not going and asking him to going out and visiting his place and see his operation on those things, because they self-propagate. They grow themselves. They keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. It's a gift that'll keep on giving. And they have inulin in them, one letter away from insulin. So they're good. They're very good for glycemic, diabetic people. Very good for that. Good sugars are good. The sugars in them are good for your prebiotics, to feed your probiotics in your gut. We'll see how long we go here and see what we can come up with. I'll tell you what, I had a friend of mine sent me a article. I'm going to start out with that, okay? I'm having to get comfortable here. I'm not quite comfortable. But oh, no, dummy. That's the power source, retard. Sorry. Yeah, that is not the one. Where the hell is that one? Get him out of here. I'm getting confused here. Okay. That's caught in my necklace, my flashlight and flash holder. Okay, this thing has got to get out of my hair. This is the power source for my phone. It's a fat turbocharger. I do not need it in my face. I do not need it confusing me. I'm already confused enough. I'm flustered enough. And, well, whatever. Go away and never come back. I won't say that. Listen, you might heed me. Get the socks off the floor. Get my footrest over here, my footstool over here, which is a sweater on a box. Okay, there we go. Oh. Plain and simple, my heart goes out to you, dear heart. Wow. So many widows. Oh my gosh. So many widows. I mean, one woman, her husband died of COVID. Hate that. Anyway, that's one of my biggest concerns is single mothers. And if you've got children, you've got your hands full, yeah. So, busy with the kids, though. Hallelujah, yeah. Well, good. Take care of your children. That's the most important thing on earth for you. That's your job. You know that. I don't have to tell you that, but my heart goes out to you big time, I'm telling you. So much stuff is coming down in this country, and you don't want to face it. I had one woman write me on YouTube, right, on one of the videos, and she said, please give me your email. She said, I don't want to face what's coming alone, her and her children. And when I went to her YouTube channel, the icon, the picture, was a picture of her and her husband, apparently, and her children. And I'm telling you, they looked like the perfect American family, like mother, father, 2 children. I assume it was her husband. Both. She was gorgeous. He was handsome. He was, dashing, beautiful, wonderful looking, cute kids. I mean, and yet she's saying I'm a single mother. Don't want to go through this alone. Well, darn it, what happened to her husband? That is so sad. So, I mean, that's a burden on my heart. Let me put it that way. So, reach out to me if you want. If there's anything I can do for you, serious. My email should be on easy to find. It's on a lot of my YouTube videos. I have it on there. I'll put it in the comments or somewhere down below or the description. Pretty simple. dmnds2001@yahoo.com. Diamonds with no vowels. It's Hebrew. No vowels. Take out all the vowels. Diamonds plural at yahoo.com. No, 2001 at yahoo.com. Yeah. Delta Mike Mike November Delta Sierra 2001 at yahoo.com. I'll get my phone out once in a while. I'm not going to do it on video here. So anyway, yeah, we'll see how this goes. I don't know what's going to happen because YouTube's pretty weird. Come on. Yeah, do this kind of stuff. Too much junk on the phone. Come on, get away. Now pull this over. Stuff on Patreon guy. Oh yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say when he said Patreon, I went, yeah. You're the Bitcoin man. One of them, anyway. Cool. Hallelujah. 2 thumbs up there, buddy. Yeah, that's right, Mary. Yeah, grieving single parents. Yeah. I don't know. Didn't happen yet. Oh well, that's okay. I'm gonna scroll back up here. I know. No. Okay. Wright, Webster, Douglas. That's good. Douglas County is good. Webster is close to Texas County. Are you bored of Texas County at all? Anyway, there's a lot of people down there. You know that, right? I mean, are you on, this is to plain and simple, anybody else? Are you on the Prepared Homestead? Travis, whatever his name is, Travis. He goes, it's gone by different names. Not Travis Huey. Let me get a sip of coffee here. Travis and Rivka, his wife, the Prepared Homestead, and they have a meeting every month in Roby, Missouri, R-O-B-Y, Roby, Missouri, which is in northwest Texas County. Shh, don't tell anybody. They just say Northwest Texas County, but it's in county. Yeah. Roby, Missouri. There's a meeting every month there, and actually they started meeting almost every week. So good people spread over the state that are associated with that group. I'm going to try to. That was very nice of her. 5 years, huh? Raised 5 older kids and adopted 5, 2 special needs. Wow. Whew. God brought me here to yes. Yeah, Travis, okay. Yeah, don't give out him. Yeah, be careful. Yeah, Mary, you're right. Listen to her. Don't give out too much information there. Plain and simple. I was going, but it was hard, yes and all. I was going, I don't know, going where. Anyway, we don't have to get into personal stuff, but that's enough of that. I didn't mean to get prior or anything, but don't want to expose you either, so. Yeah, so you're familiar with Travis, that's good. I don't know if they've had issues, different problems, but, there's a lot of good people associated with it. Okay, so where was I at? I wish it was a little bit closer. I wish I could get a little bit closer. I can't. See, I got to lean forward to read this dang screen. Exactly. Well, one word. Okay, people. Let me say this on communication. When you say yes or no, and there's been 15 questions, nobody knows. I don't know what you're saying yes to or exactly to or something like that. So if we can kind of reference, I mean, just saying, not saying on this because it's hopeless on here. I know it is, but when communication is going to be critical. It's critical now. It's going to be even more critical as time goes on. At some point, it's going to be almost impossible. But to help out, try to respond. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's what kind of give a clue as to what in the world they're responding to, or the person might know. I don't know. Anyway, communication is very important. It's going to be more and more important as time goes on because at some point it's going to break down. Let me tell you that. And transportation is going to break down. So if you need to feel like you need to relocate, do it sooner than later because, like I said for years, DNOWL, drive now or walk later. And in some cases, it's quite a long walk, so you don't want to be walking that far. You can do it. It takes a long time, but you can do it. In my book, I reference, and I've done a lot of videos on it since then, but in my book, I reference the situation of the early Mormon settlers. They came from Europe. They evangelized a bunch of them in Europe. They came over here to America. They wanted to get out to Salt Lake. They were poor. They didn't have any money. So they walked from Iowa City to Salt Lake. 1,300 miles. Winter blizzards. A lot of them died, but a lot of them made it too. So anyway, that's just a. You can walk a long ways. You can walk longer than you would like to walk. Longer than you could like to walk, but or you ever planned on. Yeah, you can do that. Okay, I know what I can do. Get this off of here. Water's there. Propane. Fill 1 pound propane bottles. Let me show you that real quick. Or maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, oh, what the heck? Gauge, pressure gauge. On off. Fill the big tank. Fill the 1 pound bottle. 4 caps to cap off the ones you fill. I don't think I'll ever have that many going at the same time, but I might. Anyway, and 2 rolls of tape. Got that on Amazon. I'm going to try to get it back in there because I'm not going to get it back in there, so I'm just going to set it up there. Get out of my way, get this out of my way. And a screen for, that's pretty fun. Windscreen for gas stove, butane stove. Don't start that. Now I can move this box. Don't knock. And I can actually cantilever it out a little bit. Oh, much better. Sweet. The Mormons, yeah. Yeah, CB radio. Listen, CB is a lot simpler to use than people buy ham radios and they have no idea how to use them. We did a bulk purchase one time of 50 Ushan. Looks like it walks on WOUXON 5G whatever. $50 a pop, something like that. I don't know. It was years and years ago. Some people bought 3 of them. They still have never turned them on. They don't know how to use them. The battery's going to be dead. It's going to rot. If the battery goes bad, it can corrode and ruin the thing. It can blow up. It can, a lot of bad things can happen. Either learn how to use it or just keep it because somebody might be able to use it for you or with you, or you can give it away, sell it, whatever. Yeah, but I'll tell you what. Yeah, radio. If you don't learn how to use it, it's not going to do you any good. I mean, so carts, yes, yeah, yeah. That's one thing. If I had the time and the energy, I mean, I've done a massive amount of study on and video playlists. If you go to my channel, How to Get Out of Babylon, just go to the playlist. you'll see I have like 1,000 playlists literally. I mean, I have them on walking, carts for walking, carts for, bicycles, carts for, you know, e-bikes and stuff. You can do a lot of stuff with them. You can haul a lot more gear. One of the guys, a big prepper channel, Canadian prepper, Nate up there in Canada. He sells or advocates the Fat Boy Mono Walker, fat tire, Fat Boy Mono Walker, whatever. It's got one tire. It's got brakes on it. You can just hook it to your belt, stand there, just stop and stand there, and the weight's on the belt. The 200 pounds of gears on the cart, and it's got brakes. You can set a brake, and you hear that pop? That was a barrel. They cool down at night, boom. When they heat up in the morning, boom. One pop a day. I know it's cooled down enough to make the barrel implode, pop in. Anyway, he said you can stand up, be on a hill and set the brake and just stand there and rest and it's got drink holders and stuff. I mean, it's phenomenal. Anyway, 2-wheeled carts, 1-wheel cart, 4-wheeled carts, go for it. I really would like to read. I've been planning to read a long section from Lights Out again. The reason being because there's a walk done in that thing from Waco to San Antonio. This Mark Turner, his karate man, his brother Mike from Waco walks with his father, his mother, and children, wife and children, from Waco to San Antonio. And the troubles they went through, the cart, the only thing they had to put the stuff on was a kid's wagon, and the wheel broke down, and they're going up and down trying to do it on railroad tracks, and so good cart is going to be very critical. Now there's actually a modern version of the Mormon handcart company cart, and phenomenal deal piece of work called Polymeal. It's a crowdfunder. I think they should have gotten their crowdfunder by now because it started about 10 years ago. But it's Polymeal, and they haul like 400 pounds. You can put a covered wagon thing on it. Phenomenal. You can take it out of your car brakes, and take it out of your car, put your stuff in the gear, and just start walking. Two big, huge, tall 2-wheel things, but very similar in dimensions to the original Mormon handcarts. So very phenomenal. Good book, Lights Out. Yeah, did you listen to me read it? I mean, I read it online, about 248 videos, something like that. One lady started into it, and she said she listened to it in 3 days. I'm like, did you eat? Did you sleep? Did you cook? Did you clean? Did you anything? You must have had it on AirPod or whatever, 3 days knocked it out. I'll tell you what, that was phenomenal. So, I think he's going to happen tomorrow. Yeah, I kind of do. That's what I want to talk about tonight. I have in the description. Somebody go to the description and say if you tell me if you can see the links I put there. I put links for an article that a friend sent me on a massive number of coincidences. What if it's not just an eclipse? And I mean, like that article alone had about 50 or to 100 new coincidences that I had never read about, seen. So a lot of them. There's 17 cities named Egypt that it's going through. 7 cities named Nineveh. I mean, a lot of coincidences. These are not coincidences. These are all planned by God. So there's a message here for us. I think we need to learn the message and figure out what it is. And then also I did a link to a video by BP Earthwatch. The guy's name is Jesse, I believe. And a lot of people are familiar with him, but I wasn't that familiar with him. I listened to Dutch Sense and other people, but Mr. BB3333. But this guy was saying that he has intelligence from high-level military. He said he would not say what. He would not go into any details at all, but saying that something's going to happen in the path of the eclipse. Don't be outside. Don't go outside at all, period. I'm thinking chemtrails, poison, toxins, binary agent AB, nerve situation, I don't know, bird flu, some kind of spewing flu via drone. Not going to fly over it, but not chem. I saw a plane today, one plane today. No chemtrail, no contrail, no nothing. Not a single contrail and chemtrail in the sky. Okay. I love that scene, clear blue sky. Anyway, so back to the articles that I link in the description. Let me know if you can see those. So where I was at was telling about the other article. What if it's not just an eclipse? And then a video link by BP Earthwatch, and he's saying high-level military. He was hinted very, very vague, but he was not going to go into detail because they didn't want to get in trouble. And they didn't want to get someone else in trouble. But he said something's going to happen. That was the information that he got, and he was not being specific, so I can't go into any detail. Then, I mean, right the next email, I kid you not, the very next email in my email inbox, next to that one, I can pull it up here. No, I can't pull it up. Yeah, maybe I can. Let me tell you. Pull it up on my tablet anyway. And it is plugged in, so we're good. I managed to get my phone charged to 100%, and then my tablet is on. It was about to getting really low, but it's at 9%, so I'm good there. I'm going to go to my email. A guy named Gregory Lessing Garrett, and he's talking about Project Bluebeam. Now, I was thinking Project Blue Book. I thought when it's Blue Project Blue, whatever. From the time when I was a kid, Edward Condon, I think, was a guy at University of Colorado. This was a thing about UFOs, some project, and they said, nah, there's no such thing as UFOs. That was their conclusion. There's no such thing as UFOs. Anyway, Project Blue Beam is a supposed it's a conspiracy theory started by some Canadian guy. You'll read about it. Hang on. Gregory Lessing Garrett. The final card, the Project Bluebeam Alien Deception, One Deception to Rule Them All. And this guy has a book by that title, One Deception to Rule Them All. Okay, I would suggest you get it. I've been trying to order it. He said Amazon wouldn't touch it, somebody else wouldn't touch it, but Barnes & Noble agreed to publish it for him. So it's published hard copy and ebook. I was trying to order the ebook, and I can't hack into Barnes & Noble's system. It won't let me log in or anything, so I can't order it right now. Eclipse apocalypse warning. All these events could lead to a major deception like Project Bluebeam. Okay. Everybody's staring up at the sky and they're going to see aliens or a spaceship or something. Who knows? Couple that with blue lasers, who knows what the heck. Why'd they call it Project Bluebeam when there's blue lasers firing things off all the time? Have a blue roof house, a blue roof car, wear blue, yeah. Then you don't get lit up. Barnes & Noble just approved the ebook version of my book, One Deception to Rule Them All, after both Amazon and Lulu Publishing had blocked it. This particular book is not liked by the mainstream establishment for some reason. Could it have anything to do with the fake alien and disclosure coming soon? Now that's been bandied around for years. If you want to read one of the most wonderful books you've ever read in your entire life, by a professor of ancient Semitic languages, Michael the Facade, Michael Heiser, Professor Michael Heiser. Michael Heiser is one of the professors behind the Logos software for the Bible. Okay, Logos software is that you can pay $1,000 for a version of this thing. This is a intense, in-depth, phenomenally complicated, phenomenally multifaceted language and history and customs and whatever things of the Bible. Michael Heiser is one of the professors on that. He is one of the men who depicted if you've seen the flat Earth, quote unquote, diagram of the firmament and everything. Heiser was one of the people that designed that because he said that's what the Bible teaches. That depiction, that icon, that graphic thing, is what the Bible teaches. He says that. He doesn't believe in it. He believes it's wrong. He believes the Bible's wrong because science has proven the Bible wrong, according to him. This guy wrote a book called The Facade, and it's written to the level of Tom Clancy, Walt Wilbur Smith, some of the greatest mystery writers, Frederick Forsyth, some of the greatest books I've ever read in my entire life, greatest author I've ever read in my entire life. he's right up there with them. This book is phenomenal, and it's about an alien disclosure. You know, how is government going to disclose the fact that there are aliens to the public at large without destroying the fabric of society? So the CIA kidnaps, you know, climatologists, chemists, biologists, physicists, you name it, and a theology professor. This guy basically is Michael Heiser. This guy's named John or something in the book. I don't remember his name, but and you know they're taking the Area 51. They're taken down there, and they're said, okay, we need to disclose to the public that there are aliens without destroying society. How do we do that? And it's your job, Mr. Theologian, to tell us how to present this to the American populace without, you know, having them go insane and go crazy and rioting and whatnot. So, or, you know, going nuts. So it's a very fascinating book and very critical because his explanation of it is phenomenal. And that is that we are created in the image of God. How do we tell people at large, people in general, that there are aliens without, when the Bible says we're created in the image of God? And the answer is that he presents in the book is that word image does not mean looks like. It's the word image in Hebrew means to go into the office and do the work of. God is a creator. We're supposed to be creating. So with our minds, we're supposed to be creating. We're supposed to create a better world, create new things, create. And so we should be doing that. So Alexandros Sremidis. Hey, hi there. Central Macedonia. Oh my gosh. Wow. Not near where they had the fires, the laser fires a while back, a couple of years ago. That was horrific. Yeah, microwave, I don't know. Good question. Don't do that. Don't do that. The very center of the cross, somebody said that, Reek, yeah. The very center of the cross is a street. The road is Salem Road. That's it. One guy took it down to like the very square foot in the middle of the road called Salem. So I think God has been offering peace. So 2017 eclipse, that's my take on it. 2017 eclipse started in Salem, Oregon, went through 7 cities named Salem, and ended at the first shots of the Civil War, Fort Sumter. Okay. And this one starts at Eagles Pass, Texas, which is the last act of the Civil War, where the last Confederate flag was buried, Eagles Pass, Texas. So very interesting. And going through, of course, 7 cities named Nineveh, along with a whole bunch of cities named Egypt. You have the book Lights Out? Yeah, have you read it? Yeah, it is a phenomenal book. I'm sure you have. But you might listen to me read it. I wish I would have done more commentary. I really wish I had done that. I didn't. Every once in a while, I do comment on it and ask questions. And actually, some of the videos I just did separate. And I just asked a question and asked people to think about it. Yeah, very instructive book, very powerful book in the way of See, for years, the quintessential fifth essence, the book of the fifth essence, was Lucifer's Hammer by Larry Purnell and Jerry Niven. Jerry Purnell and Larry Niven. Did I say Larry Purnell? Anyway, Jerry Purnell and Larry Niven, and very good book, but not from a biblical or Christian perspective at all. Whereas Lights Out is more from a nominally Christian perspective. You know, they go to church and they have pastors in the story, and there's some kind of morality there. Whereas in Lucifer's Hammer, there's not really that much Christian or even any kind of biblical morality at all, evolution and all that crap. Anyway, but Lights Out is like a college education of preparedness and survival stuff, weaponry, patrolling, night vision. You know, it doesn't go into much fire striking, but traveling on foot, that's a big one in there. I like to go and read that whole passage from Mike and his family's journey from Waco to San Antonio. Okay. Yeah, back to the subject of radios. My grandson, John, my oldest grandson, he wanted to get into ham radio. I told him, I said, get your license. He goes, well, I don't have a social security number. I can't. I said, just get your license. They'll work it out with you. So I said, you get your license because people will give you stuff. Well, I took him to the first ham radio meet he went to. He came out with an antenna. A guy gave him an antenna. The second one took him to, I gave him, $1.50 a foot cable, 75 feet of cable at $1.50 a foot. Big, heavy coax, cable. And the guy said, John, you are the future of ham radio. He said, could you use this? And his eyes bugged out. He goes, yeah, I could use it. He goes, well, it's yours. And everybody loved him because he was so precise, so careful, and so exact in his But we bought those. Maybe back up there. We bought those 50 Waxon Ushan radios, 5GB, whatever they were, and 5 UVG, something like that. Bought 50 of them in a bulk purchase. One lady bought 3 of them. Probably has never turned them on. Didn't learn how to use them. Well, John, we went to that meeting. We got him on a Friday, I think. We picked him up on Friday, and he calls me on Saturday morning. He goes, Grandpa, he has this real slow drawl. Grandpa, yesterday I sat down and I read the whole book through, and this morning I got up and I read it again all the way through, and I have my radio program. Now, this was a difficult feat because he had to digitally, and he followed the instructions and he did it. He programmed it. He was phenomenal. Yeah. Hold on here. Somebody in capital. Yeah, I like all caps, people. Lock them in all caps. I can read it better. Well, God could have made more planets with people on them. I don't see why not. He has God after all. He could do it. Yeah, he can do anything, but I think what he did, he said he did in the Bible, and I don't think there's any more planets. Sorry. Not habitable. That's all part of the ruse, the facade. Read the book Facade. That is a phenomenal book, I'm telling you. And I'd love to read it online, but I doubt that I ever will and run the time. Gregory Lessing Garrett's newsletter. One deception to rule them all. About the book. How did the Luciferian elite get the world to believe the Earth was spherical? Well, they did it by redefining what was fact from fake opinion. This is known as epistemology. The ruling elite used deception to architect a counterfeit world with the sole intent of eventually leading mankind into a final deception, where mankind was to ascend into becoming God. This is known as apotheosis. George Washington, apotheosis. You look at the apotheosis of George Washington in the Capitol Rotunda. There's all this, a fresco of that concept of becoming God, being reborn as God. Okay, let me back up here a bit and on that subject there of a deception. I would just say get this guy's book or read the article. This article is really, really long. Like you can go to the link on the email, and really, really long article. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff. Talks about rod of God. What if they drop some rods of God and their meteor strikes, asteroid strikes, whatever. Which, by the way, he said that was invented or come up with back in who knows when. Long time in the past. I forget what he says what it was. From space you drop a solid object. For the kinetic energy is massive. Now this has already been proven to work because what does the Navy use their railgun? They have a railgun that'll go 120 miles flat shooting, Mach 6 or Mach 7 speed. It doesn't need any fuel. It doesn't need it. Just boom. It takes a lot of power to run it because it's take a gigawatt or petawatt, of power to run it to fire it, but got to have a big, massive amount of power to run it. But they can do it on an aircraft carrier or a ship. They have enough power on a reactor to do it. Talks about rod of God. Rod from God, kinetic bombardment to simulate an asteroid impact. would not be difficult to simulate an asteroid impact if you had the right hypervelocity kinetic weapon. Well, we already have those. They've been dropping them. It's called Project Thor. The hypothetical heliocentric construed act of attacking a planetary surface with an inert projectile from orbit, orbital bombardment, where the destructive power comes from the kinetic energy of the projectile impacting at very high speeds. The concept originated during the Cold War. Okay. Robert Heinlein, the Dean of Science, American Science Fiction. You're only one of the best books you'll read in your life. I mean, I've read it, I don't know, about 5 times, 6 times. The moon is a harsh mistress. Okay. The storyline is that moon has been colonized and settled. They grow wheat there in vacuum and in underground and all this stuff. And they ship it to Earth in these big canisters. They have a rail gun, basically a electromagnetically launched, and they calculate when they're going to land them. They land it in the ocean, or they parachute to something. I don't know. Anyway, they land it. They grow wheat on the moon. They ship it to Earth. So the moon is a colony. You get the picture. It's far away from Earth. Well, Earth gets too uppity, and the moon decides we don't like this anymore. So we're gonna revolt. We're gonna secede from the Union, from the Federation. Earth goes, no, you're not. We're gonna take you down. So in the process, the computer that runs the whole thing, that runs the whole moon, called Mycroft, Mycroft, like Sherlock Holmes' smarter brother, becomes sentient. AI. The computer wakes up, and his programmer buddy is Manny, and he calls him Mike. Mike is the computer, and they make jokes back and forth. The computer learns how to tell a joke. And long story short, he says, we're powerless. And the computer says, we can throw rocks at them. What? We can throw rocks at them. Instead of we can throw rocks. And we can. So as the Earth turned underneath them, they'd hit Moscow, drop rocks. Moscow, NORAD, London, Paris, they just time it and boom. And after about 10 or so turns, hitting Cheyenne Mountain every time. They hit Cheyenne Mountain every time. Finally, the computer says, Mike, I don't think we should hit Cheyenne Mountain anymore. Why is that? Because it isn't there anymore. It's gone. So, So I'd say read this article by him. It's interesting. Well, there's a Netflix apocalyptic movie, Don't Look Up. He promotes an extinction level event, propaganda via a comet impact as a metaphor for climate change terrorism. You have the Deep Impact Armageddon with Bruce Willis, drilling into this asteroid or comet or whatever asteroid. Keep trying to split it in two. We're all in this together, You go through and look at the number of. Reagan said, if someday we're attacked from outer space, we're going to all pull together one big happy family. I mean, Putin has said it. Obama said it. Clinton said it. Obama said it. Biden probably said it. But anyway, the idea of, all mankind joining together to oppose the alien invasion. So I'm just saying, if it's possible, what if? Don't Look Up is a 2021 American satirical science fiction film written, produced, and directed by Adam McKay. Get this, it stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence as two low-level astronomers attempting to warn humanity via a media tour about an approaching comet that will destroy Earth. Rob Morgan, Jonah Hill, Mark Rylance, Tyler Perry, Timothy Chalamet, Ron Perlman, Ariana Grande, Scott Mescudi, Himesh Patel, Melanie Linsky, Michael Chiklis, Tomer Sisley, Paul Guilfoyle, Robert Joy, Kate Blanchett, Galadriel in Lord of the Rings, Meryl Streep, 100 different, round up the cast. The film was a satire of media, government, and cultural indifference to climate change. Grande and Mescudi also collaborated on the song Just Look Up as part of the film. The film is titled Don't Look Up. Well, Ariana Grande collaborated on the song Just Look Up. part of the film soundtrack. So anyway, that's interesting. So yeah, what's up? I don't know. Don't look up tomorrow. Asteroid terror comes from outer space propaganda. Huge asteroids coming to hit the Earth. Nothing more than propaganda. The worst an asteroid could do would be make a tree fall at the very worst. The terror is all hype, invented to create yet another leveraging tool to keep the masses under the gun of terror for social control reasons. Much as the way fake nuclear arms arsenal was created. Now let me pause here. If anyone knows the name of the secretary, tell me. Off the top of my head, I can't. If I sat here for 5 minutes and blanked my mind out, I could remember her name. But the secretary who is hired by Werner von Braun, she was his assistant, secretary, and whatever. And she said that he multiple times would pull her aside and privately coach her. He said, "Look, we're gonna have a big bad boogeyman, Russia. And then we're gonna have a big bad boogeyman, little smaller nations like little communist nations. They're gonna be the bad man. They're gonna have then they're gonna have terrorism as the bad guy. Keep people in a fear state." And then he said the final act of great final big terror act is going to be an alien invasion. And he counts her on this over and over again. She says it repeatedly, and I don't remember her name. I should be able to. I can picture her, blonde hair, whatever. Anyway, I could see her in my mind's eye, but I don't remember her name. So consider that. I'm just saying, who knows? I watched it. The movie is great, although I don't like the ending. Which ending? Which movie? Armageddon, Deep Impact. Who else? Somebody else referred to any other movies? I don't know. Anyway, they're all talking about extinction level events. Like in Deep Impact, I remember it was the president. The wife thought he had a mistress because he was storing up food for E.L.E. E.L.E. Extinction Level Event. That's a big name, big moniker or whatever you're going to call it. Let me get this out here. This is a Gregory Lessing Garrett's book, One Deception to Rule Them All. If I'm going to be able to get it up there so you can see it. But you can get it on eBook. I don't know if it's out in hard copy yet. Supposedly you can order it. Barnes and Noble. I haven't been able to get on and get it, so there we go. I don't think the cover's that good, but anyway, that is something to consider. Like I said, along with the Facade, the book The Facade, and the Project Blooming this guy talks about. Anyway, I linked them all in the description. I hope that'll stay up there. Has anybody been able to go to the description? Reek, what's with that? With the cursor slit. So. Okay, well, it's coming up on an hour. That's probably it. I mean, that's pretty much what I have things linked in the description, so look at the links. The video by BP Earthwatch, Jesse. He hints, no details, no names given, but he says something's going to happen. It's not going to be good. Don't go outside. Don't look up. And then this Gregory Lessing Garrett has a book called One Deception to Rule Them All. Ow. My knee hurts, sorry. One Deception to Rule Them All. I'd suggest at least reading his article. You go to I don't know if I can link the email, the link to the article. I'll try to link the article. Yeah, so I should have done that. I don't know if I did or not. I'll go back in and I can do that and put that in. So, anybody else? So, I guess that's about it. I'm tired. My voice is not doing that good. Any questions? I also linked the article. What if this isn't just an eclipse? What if it's more than just an eclipse? Something like that. A friend of mine, James, sent that to me. That's phenomenal. Good night, plain and simple. God bless you. You be blessed too, sister. All right, well. The sun will be darkened, the moon will not give her light. There's going to be some signs in the sky, but when you see these things begin to happen, look up, for your redemption draweth nigh. So look up. Now don't look up tomorrow, but overall, look up, because second coming is going to happen. I don't think it's going to be tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be. My son's there, sat out here in front of the trailer, laughing at me. Oh, Dad thinks it's the end of the world again. No, I didn't say that. I just said something's going to happen. No question, is it is a harbinger, an omen. And you look at just the electromagnetic effects of it. 1811, there was a earthquake, solar eclipse. A lot of the Earth responds to that because they're electrical. Earthquakes are electrical, tornadoes are electrical, hurricanes are electrical, volcanoes are electrical. They're all electrical phenomena. Tornadoes are sheath vortex plasma discharges. If you ever cut, what a plasma cutter is. You cut metal with it. You can cut through a half-inch steel with plasma because it's spinning energy. That's what a tornado is. A tornado is a sheath vortex plasma discharges. It's the balancing of electricity between Earth to ionosphere. So this is very highly electrical. You see a lot of electrical lightning storms in volcanoes. That's because there's shooting off electricity, balancing out energy. So, all right. Yeah, I'm going to call it good. I did what I could do. I'm trying to just get information out to people that'll hopefully help you make good decisions, like be careful tomorrow. I damn sure wouldn't travel nowhere. I hate crowds as it is. I hate crowds. I don't like to be around lots of people. And what if it's overcast in Texas? Are they going to head up the highway? That's not going to be good. Anyway, all right. God bless everybody. My voice is going. God bless you. Good night. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Good night, plain and simple. Good night, Reek. Good night, Ava. Adore you. Good night, Mary. Good night, Alexandros. Good night, Tony. I think that's about it. I'm going to pop this thing out of the holder. I'm tough. Raised 5 older kids and adopted 5. 2 special needs in the South. Wow. On the subject of microwaves and pulses in cell phones, be aware that the batteries in a cell phone are very highly explosive if they get wet. That's what all the fires are about, with the You get a battery wet in a car, and you got a fire that's very hard to put out. 4,000 gallons of water to put it out, and water just makes it worse. So be careful. Don't ever hold a cell phone up to your head. Put it on speaker. Use some kind of a Bluetooth or air device or something. You know. Of course, Bluetooth has a microwave lithium battery in it too, so that's not gonna do you any good. That'll blow up in your ear. And be careful. All right, God bless y'all. Bye bye. This is Jerry Diamond signing out. I used to always say, this is Jerry Diamond. If you're listening to this, you are the remnant. I'm going to say that anyway. Yeah, bless everyone. I mean, God is in control. This is obviously His show. I believe it's portending a omen, a harbinger of coming judgment if we do not repent. And to laugh at it, like some people did, my sons, that is just not cool. You're laughing at God, you're mocking God, you know, when you say that. Of course, they're laughing at me, not God, but they're basically laughing at God, saying that it's nothing's gonna happen. That's just nutty. All just coincidence. Yeah, right. Not just coincidence. All right. Goodbye. God bless.